Hello everyone and welcome to my Let's Play of Aurora. What is Aurora, you might ask? Aurora is a fairly unknown gem of the 4X strategy genre. It was created in the year 2004 by a guy named Steve Walmsley, I'm not sure how his name is pronounced exactly. But he has been working on the game since, and the current version is 6.25 with an oncoming update to 6.30. Throughout the years, the game has gained so much depth that is sometimes referred to as Dwarf Fortress in space, which alone is really intimidating. But I hope we will be able to make a nice playthrough of it anyways. I will try to make this Let's Play as a tutorial, or sort of a tutorial for those of you who never encountered the game before, while I would like to ask the more experienced of you, because I'm far from being an expert in the game, to give me any and all tips you can while being helpful and simultaneously not spoiling too much of the game for me, because I know there's a lot going on in there which might be hidden, which might be fun to encounter without knowing what's coming. So I guess that's all for the general intro, and we can start the game. Now, you might have noticed that you're staring at my desktop background. That's because the game works a bit differently. It isn't very big on graphics, which is quite understandable when there's only one guy creating the entire game. There's a lot of tables, a lot of statistics, but if you look past the not so attractive graphical interface, you will find out that the game is incredibly fun to play and provides you with an insane amount of options for almost everything. I tried to find out one or two examples in my head, but no, everything in the game is almost insanely detailed. Yeah, I know I'm using a lot of superlatives, but well, anyways, you will see for yourself. So we'll start a new game, and this is where I will tell you a bit about the game. When you click, as you saw, you click new, and a table opens with all these options. There seems to be a lot for a new game creation, but each of these have a specific role in the game creation. I will try to go through it and explain all right now. Game name. We will call this the Let's Play game, because why not? Space Master password is something you can use to protect your game in case of multiplayer, but I'm not gonna use it. You can leave it blank, and whenever you're prompted to enter Space Master password, you just ignore it. These are the basic parameters: starting year, maximum number of systems, and so on. I'm gonna put the starting year to 2055. Oh no, 2050. This, as far as I know, this plays no role. It's just a starting point for the game. If you put in 2100, it will start in 2100 with the exactly same setup as if you put in 1990. Doesn't really matter. Maximum number of the systems, I'll leave at 1000. You can put in anything you want. Again, this can be changed in the game. Doesn't really matter. Difficulty modifier, I'm gonna keep at 100. If you put more in there, the AI is given bonuses. If you put less, the AI is given penalties. Non-player race generation chance, I'll leave that at 30. It's a chance that other races will be created throughout the game. Construction cycle times, I'll leave at 40,000 or 400,000? 400,000. Minimum combats per system, I'll leave at 0. That makes it so that the number is random. Now, starting empire parameters for Earth-based start, we're gonna keep the Terran Federation, empire short name Federation, species name Human, homeworld name Earth. Player race, there's a lot of government types which you can go through, look at them. I kinda found out that the player race is probably the most balanced one. You can play with other, it changes some of the statistics as the number of laboratories you have and stuff like that. But, you know, player race is usually good because I'm gonna change everything here anyways. Main empire theme, I'm gonna put United States. You can put in anything else, like there's Swedish names and Russian names and stuff. But United States is probably the closest one to what I know. I might also put in United Kingdom, but United States, just for the hell of it. Commander theme, English. Now, this is really important. Trans-Newtonian Empire or Conventional Empire. This will take a bit to explain. And I'm gonna try to also explain the setup I'm going for here. The game works with the idea that at some point in the future there will be new elements found out on Earth and throughout the universe. These elements are called trans-Newtonian. The name itself signals that these new elements allow humans to break some of the previously unbreakable laws of physics, like traveling through wormholes, advancing research where we thought it would not be possible, creating things that originally we thought were uncreatable, and stuff like that. If you start at Trans-Newtonian Empire, you already start with the full setup, you have everything prepared, you're pretty much ready. You have shipyards, you have research laboratories, all your economy has been already upgraded to the Trans-Newtonian stage, and that makes the game very easy. If you start with the conventional start, that means that you start at the point where you discover the trans-Newtonian elements. You are not prepared, you have only one very small shipyard instead of 4 fairly large ones. You have no research laboratories, you have pretty much nothing. Actually, you have some research laboratories, but you have a very limited amount. See this? This is 20. If you start as conventional, you get 5. And you have 1 shipyard. Trans-Newtonian has 4. And you also have 120 starting tech points by default to immediately assign and discover technologies with. Nope, we'll go with conventional. That start I'm going for, because you can see that you have a population in millions, manufacturing. We're gonna gradually lower all of this down. The setup I'm going for is, imagine that there was a third World War, nothing really, original, but we'll go with it, raging on Earth from, let's say, 2030 2040, and after this was finished, only about 280 million people survived. Now I'm pretty specific about the number. I could go with I'll go with 275 million people. If you go with 270, that means you get only 2 research laboratories, which makes the game even harder. I tried it. 275 is what I'm going here with here now. These 275 million people are all that's left of the 7 billion people that were there at the start of the World War. They united, created the Terran Federation at the information that there are some trans-Newtonian elements out there. They decided to finally unite and advance into space, because Earth is not what it used to be after you bomb everything into rubble. So that's the general start I'm going with, and we're gonna head on from there. The year is 2050, as I said. We have 275 million people to start with. Manufacturing sector will be 62.1. I actually don't know. Oh, sorry. This is the amount of people that works in manufacturing out of these 275 million. Wealth creation rate, industrial percentage, I'm gonna leave at 100%. Number of starting shipyards, 1. Number of starting research facilities, 3. Conventional start also means that all of the non-player races start as trans-Newtonian empires, which gives them a head start of about 60 years in my other playthroughs, because they don't have to research, they have all the shipyards, they have, well, pretty much everything that you don't have in the start. So yeah, that will make the game harder. Starting system is how would I explain it? This pretty much shows the basic setup of your game. We will have 6 jump points. I could put 0, but I was warned to not do that. There is a reason. The game doesn't work in a normal fashion like Star Trek or Star Wars, where you can just travel anywhere. It creates jump points in your system which you can survey and then fly through to another system with special engines you will discover in the future. When you put in 0 or smaller amount, it can create a dead zone where you have only several systems interconnected around you, which is sort of a cage you cannot get out of. So 6 is a recommended, 6 or more is a recommended number to start with. So I'm gonna go with it. I never changed it. It never gave me any problems. We're not gonna have anything surveyed for trans-Newtonian elements, and we will not have a survey of the jump points because we have nothing. We have no ships, nothing basically. So we have to do everything on our own. A very important thing to note is that if you start with conventional start, you should put in no missile bases for conventional start, otherwise the game will not work. This is a special button that has to be pressed. I actually don't know why this is not on auto press when you go with conventional, but you know, here it is, so press it. That means we will also have no conventional or unconventional ways to defend Earth. We will have to create that at some point. Now, starting race, these are quite easy to understand as they are explained here. Starting race: generate soul system and create starting empire on Earth. Check. We are not going to create our own system. We are going with humans. The game is very detailed on how Earth looks like, and I enjoy playing there quite a lot. So our system it is. Non-NPR computer opponents. Precursors, ancient robot-controlled ships, usually found guarding alien ruins. Dangerous, check. Star Swarm, an alien species of living ships that reproduce in space, individually weak but troublesome in numbers, check. Extragalactic invaders destroyed the original precursor civilization, this one, during their last incursion. Extremely dangerous, check. Computer-controlled empires, NPRs, create one or more computer-controlled opponents. These empires will start in system generated by Aurora and they are hidden from the Space Master, check. Number of computer-controlled empires at game start. Game performance will be affected by the number of NPRs, 2, not 20. Generate empires as NPRs. If this option is in effect, any empire created during system generation will be completely under the control of the program and will not be accessible by the player, even in Space Master mode. We will not enter Space Master mode, so this doesn't really concern us, but whatever, check. Other simplifications. No overhauls. This option means that ships will not suffer maintenance failures and will not require overhaul. Unchecked. We will need to maintenance our ship. Jump gates on all jump points. When using this option, all jump points will have jump gates, which means that jump ships are unnecessary and all ships will be able to transit all jump points. Unchecked, we need jump engines. Commanders. Realistic commander promotion. This option will allow Aurora to look after the promotion within your officer corps, basing them on skill, medals, and time in grade. Commander political bonuses. When using realistic promotions, officers are promoted based on their skill. If this option is in use, those skills include a political bonus which has no other use. This simulates the rise of those officers who rely on political connections rather than ability. Check. The characters, you have commanders of battalions, of ships, political administrators, researchers, and stuff. As I said, there's a huge detail in everything, and they can even live their own lives based on political bonuses. So check. Inexperienced fleets. Inexperienced fleet penalties. When this option is in effect, you will have you have to train task forces to work together, or they may be shaky formation keeping and a delay in responding to others. Check. Real star systems. Real-world star system will be used in Aurora, along with the commonly used name, actual star types, and the orbital distances for binary multiple star system. All planets and other system bodies will be randomly generated. Jump points will link to nearby systems in real space based on celestial coordinates. Check. Orbital motion for planets and moons. Check. Orbital motion for asteroids. Check. This will make the game a bit slower, but we have time, people. We have time. So I hope I explained everything here quite to your understanding. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Now, I will consider this explained, and we are ready to create the game. Now, this will take some time. Race generation complete. And now the game is creating our solar system and the trans-Newtonian elements and stuff like that. I think this was enough for part 2. I will leave the game to run its course, and then next time we will start the game, I guess.